Hello, everybody, and welcome to the top 8 finals for Best Shaper World, featuring the King of Masks. Today we have an interesting top 8 finals, as apparently the European Union has already had their time changes for this year, and all the schedules are screwed up. So we will see if everybody kind of rolls in here slowly as we get started. As it stands, we are missing a couple people, so we have 5 of our top 8. So we do have enough to do at least one of our semifinal rounds, and potentially more. As actually, I think we have another one showed up. So we may be doing 2 of the semifinal rounds and then jump straight into the, 2 of the quarterfinal rounds and jump straight into the semifinals. But we will see what happens. First up, though, we were going to be doing Paradelton versus Jimberjangers, which was a pretty solid matchup yesterday. I think they both did pretty well. Arthur?
Oh yeah, they most certainly did. I mean, Paradelton, the absolute veteran of Best Shaper World, I think he's competed in every single tournament we've ever done. And then, of course, we have our regular on the Shapers Guild stream, Jimberjangers. Normally he does the commentating or throwing against Garwar and Arabs, but, you know.
Mainly the throwing.
We'll see how good his comm is. Yeah, mostly the throwing, yes. If you guys haven't watched the Shapers Guild community games, kind of a tradition at the very end of the stream to pit Captain Garwar against Captain Jimberjangers, while we just, a new tradition, exactly.
All right, so if they're ready.
Oh yeah, I was just waiting for Paradelton to come back before hitting the start button, so. And so it looks like Paradelton is deliberating what Shaper he wants to play.
Yeah.
He's finally moused over King of Masks, which is probably a good choice for this tournament, because if you pick anything else, you're disqualified. So
the big questions that we saw yesterday are whether or not to lock in Tactician or Gladiator. Normally it's a Gladiator all the way for these. It has been for quite a while. But this round, because of King of Masks' ability to harass, much better than he can last hit. We've been seeing both, so we actually see both in this one.
Yep. See, Paradelton going with the farmer King of Masks. There was some question whether King of Masks was an actor or a farmer. I said he was a farmer because how the heck else do you think he gets all these eggs?
Yeah. I had the same reaction today as I had yesterday.
Let's take a look at some loadouts here. We got, looks like on Paradelton, we got 44.4 health, 8 armor, 15.7 magic resist, and Warden. Jimber is running... Wow, it's not Warden. Looks like same loadout he ran yesterday. 11 armor and MR, 7.5 defense pen, and 0.3 mastery.
It was definitely the biggest difference yesterday. Was we did see tons of Warden, which we don't normally see in the 1v1s. It is kind of come into favor, apparently, though, from what the chat was saying. So... We'll see how it works out. We did see a couple other loadouts yesterday. We saw like the plus 20 loadout and the plus 20 power. Yeah. We saw 16 power, 16 MR. So there's definitely a lot of different variations. We'll see which one
Paradelton
works best.
Yeah, Paradelton pulled out the 16 power, 16 MR. And then we also saw a weird Outrider loadout too. I don't remember who ran it, but...
Yeah, it was all about that, I want to zip in and out of bushes. Which, if you do it right... but it's hard. It's difficult. It's difficult to kind of get that. You can't see me at all. If you're playing correctly. We did see lots of farming though. Yeah, as you mentioned.
Yeah, no kidding.
There was only a couple matches that went actually went down before 6. They were the rarity. We will see if people are more aggressive today.
I mean, shoot, our first match of the day went like level 16 and, 130 CS aside. And speaking of harass, Jimber taking half his health just walking over eggs. Looks like both players decided to take Endless Delights first.
Yeah, yesterday it kind of went back and forth between Endless Delights and Captivate. Endless Delights definitely gives you the wave clear advantage. You end up going up in CS. If you go Captivate, you're relying on actually trying to kill the other person, landing those tentacle slaps, which is difficult when you've got all these minions around, as we're seeing right now.
Very true.
He did land a couple right there on Jimber, but one of them still hit a minion, so...
And speaking of minions, oh my god, minions with the big plays yesterday.
Oh yeah, we saw
How many people died to
some
minions
matches.
yesterday?
Yeah, some matches really just kind of they misplayed. They moved up. They grabbed the minion aggro, and they were taking, 5 or 6 minions, hitting them at once, and that actually cost their life. And we actually saw.
Paradelton won a game like that.
Yeah, he came out with a will, immediately got chunked down, made a little bit of money, went back, bought a resilience. I called him crazy. He was channeling the King of Masks madness, and he ended up winning because he took tons of harass from the minions, but it didn't really take any of his health, and he beat his opponent.
Merc, on the other hand, wasn't so lucky. He did actually take the damage from the minion harass, so... So yeah, Resilience, King of Masks, first buy, new meta, right?
Yeah, no. They both started life today. Yesterday we saw it bounce around a lot between life and will and power. Life definitely, I thought, worked out the best for people, but...
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, I really had to appreciate the 20 power loadout with the power start. It's just to go, like, YOLO 30 power at the start of the game.
I liked it. I'm like, hey, that's kind of... If you do that, it is inefficient to go straight 20, but if you do that, you can then just go back on your next buy and focus on some of the defensive stuff. Oh, he goes in, but that drain
back and
could get him.
forth. No, it's not.
Tick off?
He fired a counter drain.
Yeah, but if he gets hit once, he's got only... he was at 45 health at that point.
Yep.
He's got to kill some things just to get that heal ticking from life. There it goes. Oh!
Oh, and the level up saves him. Ooh. I was pretty sure Paradelton might have gone after that, and oh god, even the minions. You can even see the minions doing damage still at this level. Oh, goodbye, Jimber.
The first of many deaths.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Paradelton channeling his inner pork chop and finishing the game before level 6.
Yeah.
Golly, it's like every time we had pork chop on stream yesterday, it's like his game was always finished in 5 minutes. It's like,
it's pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I need to switch this one to EU.
It's morning. I haven't finished all my caffeine yet. That was Paradelton up 1-0 now, right?
Yes, it was.
I'm not losing my mind? Okay. I mean, Paradelton sometimes shows up, sometimes he doesn't. That's why we call him Mr. Gets Wrecked in the whatever round we're in currently.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, the story behind that is that he called himself that one time when he signed up for Best Shape of the World.
Like, a.k.a. Mr. Gets Wrecked in the semifinals. And then it became Mr. Gets Wrecked in the finals and Mr. Gets Wrecked in the quarterfinals.
Well, actually, he started at Mr. Gets Wrecked in the semis, and then he got to the finals in Best Moya World, so it's Mr. Gets Wrecked in the finals. But then again, that was against Scrags and Moya, so...
Yeah, that's pretty much going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was Mr. Gets Wrecked in the semis. I think Prime Knight took him out in Zeri. And then in Nisa, he went out in the quarters. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I switched it to EU. All right, we ready to go? Exactly, we'll find out shortly.
Yeah, if not, we can remake, but...
Exactly. I mean, I wouldn't put it past me. I just woke up.
They do need an indicator in the custom lobby. You get one in game, obviously, but it would be good in the custom lobby. So one of the things about that last match and any match that ends before people shop is your role doesn't really matter at all. So the Tactician versus Gladiator didn't come into play at all. Now we're going to see Gladiator on Gladiator action. So we'll see how that turns out for these guys.
So we're going to have Farming Simulator going on here. Yay, my favorite game.
Yeah. And I will do the little zoom in on the nice little holiday decorations again. Here we have the RIP for the Flock Lord. He was the one of the roaming boss coming out of the jungle really, really early before even the betas. We got these cool little pumpkins actions going on. We have a RIP Uncle Goat, which was some of the mobs. And then we have our Jack Skellington pit here in the middle instead of the parasite. That's what I like to call it. We're hoping for that Disney crossover hype.
Huh?
Well, we see the meat. Oh, right behind the small wall.
Here we go. Melee duel. Looks like eggs miss for the most part. Drain goes down both ways.
Jeez, guys, really?
Level 1, all in. I don't know. I think Jimber might win this one here because Paradelton's running on the Warden, and he can't get it back up in an extended duel. So, and Jimber just has the straight MR. He's got to keep attacking though. Where's the eggs?
Run.
Jimber's getting
Run.
really close.
Oh, they're both
they both miss each other.
No.
Oh God.
Oh, good
They're
Lord.
going. Oh God. Here we go.
Better run.
Paradelton's up on health right now.
Oh, and he's gonna win because that Warden. His Warden came back.
Yep.
That's not good for Jimber Chambers. Jimber, you need to run like the wind.
Jimber's
bullseye.
got to
Now
get
he's
somewhere.
down.
See you, buddy.
What just happened? I don't understand. That was a quick 2-0. That's set.
Wow. Okay.
Jimber knocked out.
I
I don't
don't know, man. He got wrecked just like you recommend Arab, man.
I wasn't even in Arab and he just went down. I don't understand. Don't understand.
To answer your question, DG Lucky, who won Best Moyo World? Scrag.
Scrag, yeah.
I mean, of course.
Scrag.
Right.
Who else is it gonna be?
Right.
All right.
All right. So what match do we have next?
That's a good question. Hold on, I'm trying to figure that out. With our brackets a little modified today, with EU time throwing everybody off, I got to make sure we have people here. So it looked like Gallardo had showed up, and Genghis is up there, so we will be doing Genghis Khan versus Gallardo next. So places everyone, hop in the lobby and.
Yep. Well, hang on, I got to go get their preferences first. So.
Oh yeah. All right. So you go do that. I did put the brackets in chat, so first round we're kind of giving some people time to show up by trying to play the matches a little out of order, so we went ahead and did number 4. Set number 4 first, which was Jimber versus Paradelton, which you saw a quick 2-0. So now we're going to bounce back up to set number 2, Genghis Khan and Gallardo. So we are still missing Glycera and Cine, so if anybody knows how to get hold of Glycera and Cine, go ahead and message them. Tell them to show up in the Shapers Guild raid call so we can get them in their matches. Luckily enough, Battlefy actually working today, so we can get our normal brackets up. Much easier to use, since that's what I have experience with more than the challenge. So
Okay,
looks like
so
we did have this situated. So it's Genghis on the mortal side, Gallardo on the spirit. Yes. Okay.
That's right, and we're on the European server for the first match.
All right. So
And let's go.
Pig should be fun. Doesn't bother us so much as we're streaming it. So, but it is nice. We do offer the competitors their choice on either the site or the server. So if they are competing from the EU, they can at least have one that's kind of a home field advantage.
Right.
We didn't see Gallardo play at all yesterday, actually on stream. So.
No, we sure didn't. So this will be interesting.
This will be the first time we get to see them. Genghis Khan we did see. Obviously, with someone named Genghis Khan, you know, they do have their mechanics down. So it was some fun matches.
Yep. Yep, and he has played Calm in, competitive matches. He played it in the DGSL Xano, the thing that was supposed to be the Parasite Post tournament, but ended up not being that way, so.
Yeah.
Well, we're going into the game. Let's see what we got here, huh?
That was supposed to be their relaunch tournament, and they kind of screwed up their dates and times, and tried to clarify, but nobody knew, because they posted on their site, which no one was really visiting yet because it had just come back. Didn't post it on the Reddit. Nobody knew. So that was unfortunate.
Well, Genghis Khan here, breaking the Warden meta today. He's got 4.8 defense pen, 14.1 armor and MR. Let's take a look at Gallardo here. Well, apparently Gallardo can load out with all the colors of the rainbow with Warden.
Yeah. But
notable on that is the
5.2 magic
defense pen and 5.2 MR.
Yeah, those are the big things. 30 health to go with the Warden as well.
Ooh. Tentacle to the butt. It looks like they're just going to wait for the minions to spawn. We're not going to have any crazy level 1 going on here like we saw last game. Seeing the difference in the starting spells already. We've got Captivate coming out. from Genghis Khan versus the eggs from Gallardo. Now, they're both gladiators, so we'll see if that actually makes a difference this match.
And they both got drained.
It's because it hasn't made one yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen those level 1 shenanigans since Best Ferris NA used to participate in these tournaments. He was all about that level 1 auto attack duel. He even took out some serious players that way that just did not know how to what to do when someone just runs up in your face and starts auto attacking you and doesn't back off.
Yep, I think he got Guru that way one time.
He did.
Because he landed his nightmare, Guru didn't. So
Guru,
that was
Best
dibs.
Dibs World. That was the first one. Yeah. Guru's trying to run away. He's like, "No, stop it! Stop it! Stop hitting me!" And he just chased him down and killed him off. Guru did come back to win that set though, but
yeah, he
it
did.
Was fun. He can forever say.
Yeah, ended up going down to Downsy.
Guru, so.
Yep. Well, Genghis Khan knows there's a ward in that bottom brush there simply because he tried to drop minion aggro at it and couldn't, so. Yeah, pretty standard ward positions for this matchup, particularly if they're both going to be farming it out. You definitely want to ward the brushes there so your opponent just can't use it to dodge the minion aggro. Don't want to be giving them a free way to avoid damage, that's for sure. One adjustment we've seen players make in that case is they start using the rock down to the bottom of the lane. But that's pretty rare.
Yeah, you can get chased around the rock if you're not careful by minions. They will come down there, so the brush is the preferred method.
Yep. Looks like CS pretty even right now, 13 to 11. It's actually important since, we're both doing Gladiator and nobody's going crazy right now, so. I mean, they're not even really trying to harass each other too much.
Well,
I mean, even those
they don't
eggs
make
right
money
there,
that
those
way, so.
Yeah, true. So I know you were saying that the roll doesn't really matter if you don't go back and chop. Well, it does a little bit. It affects how they're going to play the lane, so.
But it doesn't necessarily come into play in terms of what they were able to do. Like we were talking about this yesterday. I mean, this is one of the concepts of the game. Like people are like, well, why do you call it Vim? Well, instead of just gold. Well, Vim is literally potential vitality. So it's your potential progress and development, and that's actually true in this. So you earn that Vim, and it stays as just that potential vitality until you actually turn it into a vitality at the shop. That is what the shop does.
Yep.
You channel that into a vitality represented in this form by those items. So until you do that, you haven't really realized your full potential in the match. So if you don't go back and shop, then it is kind of complete difference. There's some nice harass there onto Genghis Khan. Unfortunately, the Captivate went backwards. It almost launched itself earlier than the eggs did. Stopped at the minions.
Good anticipate of the flourish by Gallardo there throwing the eggs, where exactly Genghis Khan was flourishing to, so. Yeah, Gallardo just pushing around Genghis Khan in this lane here. I just wonder if he can keep that up.
Well, it does have him
Probably
out of
getting to the
potions
point.
at this point, and Gallardo hasn't used any. That's where that Warden comes into play. Is if you play nice and you sit back and you're not eating constant harass, then the Warden is going to outscale a non-Warden. But
Yep.
I didn't expect to see it. I told everybody yesterday I didn't expect to see it with King of Masks because of his harass potential. He's one of the biggest harassers in the game. So.
Yeah, it looks like Genghis Khan wants to go back. He's going to give up a little damage on his binding to do it.
Yeah,
Gallardo looks like... No, he doesn't go back.
I think if he wanted to do it, it would have been a good time. He was sitting on about 1250 Vim.
So he could have upgraded his life into something.
Yeah. Or just grabbed a couple basics. Like you grab a will and a power, and you could even grab a time. We saw that yesterday. And time with King of Masks actually does a lot of work because it is the most efficient way to get haste, as we mentioned yesterday. It will drop that ultimate
I think he said
by about 20 seconds, so it can be
that's
really
what I
worth
was about
it.
to bring up. So
Yeah.
oh yeah, for sure. I don't know. Do you like Genghis Khan sticking around in the lane right now? Because I sure don't.
Well, he's trying to stay
He's
in the experience, trying to get a little more money. Fortunately, he's pushed back pretty hard, so getting last
Yeah,
hits.
he's falling behind
Gaillard
in
is doing a
money
great
fast.
job of something that we don't see much of in these tournaments, as well as just in the game in general, and that's freezing the lane correctly. Once you can force somebody back, it's a big deal to keep that minion wave out in the middle.
Either that or just-
It's showing up in the CS too. 48 to 33 now, so he's 2.5 waves
Yeah.
ahead because of that. As both
Yeah, he's
gladiators, that's
halfway
going
to
to
a
be huge.
CS win.
Yeah,
Yeah, just look at the Vim. I mean, Gaillard is sitting on about 2,000, where, you know, Cobb is sitting about 1,700,
Yeah.
so...
about 300 behind. So this, hopefully, he finishes this off. He does go back. He needs to come back with an item advantage to be able to come back and bully
Probably
him out
an
and try to catch
aggression.
up on some CS. He does grab an
aggression
aggression to
and-
go with a life and grabs a bunch of pots.
Should grab one more, and then come back.
So 5 pots.
Gaillard looks like he just...
Sometimes we'll see that
Pushes out the-
6, 7, 8 pot dream. It's good to spend all your money.
Now, I know you'll like what's coming out from Gaillard here. We got a balance and a time coming out from him.
He's just going to go farming. The balance is going to allow him
Basically.
to take even more damage with that Warden Shield. I mean, it's going to allow the shield to do even more work. And then the time's going to allow him to use his abilities quicker, use his ultimate to really try to push Genghis Khan back. Whereas Genghis
And the
Khan
really nice
going
thing
for
about
damage.
balance... And the really nice thing about balance on King of Masks is that you can stack it so fast on yourself. It's not even funny. You know,
Yeah.
you throw the eggs in the
One
minion
ability.
wave, boom, you got them all right there.
Yeah. You
Or
pretty
if
much,
you land all 3 captivates on your opponent, you know, there's 15, or, well, 9 MR gone.
as we're seeing right now, he's sitting at 83, and it's not going down because he's just continuously harassing. Now it drops because he ran out of minions to attack, but once you get that going, I mean, he ends up with quite a bit of MR.
Yeah, 17 CS up. Almost getting to the 10-minute mark, so Genghis Khan's going to have to do something here, but he's down in items. There's the Drain going down. Drain's back and forth. There's the Finale going down. Eggs go down. Counter Finale, and Genghis Khan is ahead in the trade.
Wow.
But he's got a little bit of minion aggro. That drops immediately, though, so...
So Garrett, you're going to have to burn through some of these potions. Just a solid rotation. And I'm going to say there was a good amount of minion aggro in there that helped
there
Genghis Khan
was.
come out. So that is definitely a big deal. If you do not pick up a resilience, you're going to just get chunked down more than you might expect. And
Is
Genghis
Gaillard
Khan
maxing
actually...
eggs?
You got to remember, Genghis Khan started
They
out
both
with
are.
that 14.1 armor, so he can stand in those minion waves and take a lot less damage than Gallardo.
Yeah, for sure. 53 armor to 42, so slight difference of the minion damage coming in. Genghis Khan, though, so aggressive, just standing up there in that brush. Well, I mean, oh, that's his ward in there, so
Yep.
Gallardo didn't know it was there.
Yep. They're both doing that far brush ward. So opposite side of where you come in.
So they both want to be the aggressor.
Right.
Although Gallardo level 10 right now, he picks up Bastion. We saw a lot of Bastion yesterday, and it was who used that to great effect yesterday? That was trying to remember now.
We saw a couple people pick it
It
up.
was in the first matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both people used it well. If you can time it right with that burst, especially in this case with Gallardo having, again, all that MR coming off of the balance, it will do a lot of work. It will do, because it also gives you the MR and armor as well. So a good choice, since he knows that he just took a lot of health damage in that last major trade because he didn't have armor. If he goes in and does that now with the Bastion, that's gonna be good.
It was Merc, I remember, because he used the Bastion with that 30 power start
Right.
to cover his defense. I remember now.
Yeah, and he came out in a full trade
Level
of abilities and didn't take any damage, really. So
Nope. Level 2 Finale up for Gallardo. That's going to bring the base damage up to 225, I want to say. Yeah, 225. They'll go to 300 at level 3 if this goes that
Unfortunately-
long, but
Yeah, unfortunately, he wanted to have aggressed before Genghis Khan could actually return the same level 2 finale, so now it's just even footing again. And we saw that a lot yesterday, is people would reach these points where they have a solid ability to aggress, and then they kind of wait and are a little more patient. And kind of
Let me
miss
tell you
out on that
somebody who
ability.
did-
You're not going to get a major advantage like that again until they get to that level 3 point.
I tell you somebody who took advantage of that every time that it came up yesterday. Porkchop did.
We do see a
I mean, he even took advantage of like one level.
Yeah, 21 CS advantage. Right now, if it does hit 30, we are past the 10-minute mark. That will be a win, but they both have fully maxed eggs, so wave clear is in effect. So as long as Genghis Khan doesn't get forced back here, he should be able to stay in it.
But I will be keeping an eye on that CS. The big thing I think Gallarda sees it. Now he's going to want to push Genghis Khan under his binding. Because, you know, it's real easy to lose CS to the binding.
Yep. So he's increased to 22.
But the thing is, they both...
22 CS advantage.
But hey, you know, you keep saying, it's like, oh, it's only going up 1 per wave. Well, that means they'll win eventually, so...
Yeah, Jakai,
I mean,
if
Genghis
the stream's lagging, it's kind of Twitch doing Twitch things. I can
Yeah,
tell you
it
on
is
my
extra
end,
life going on this weekend.
yeah, I'm not dropping any frames on my end that I can tell, so it's just the lack of encoding. Normally we do our top 8 finals on the Waystone game stream, but they did their 24-hour stream, and it's kind of hard to get it.
They're
Everybody
out
just
cold.
then kind of goes home and goes to bed. So getting titles and stuff changed. I didn't want to stream with a wrong name or a wrong game. It still states extra life. So.
Oh, wow. So this game is 5
That's
CS
25.
from being over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he missed that one. Oh, no, did he get it? He got it. Okay, so 24.
He got it. So 24. You know, a lot of people sometimes ask us when we do these, it's like, why do you have a 30 CS lead? Or why don't you just go to 100 CS? Ooh, drains back and forth. Good amount of damage going down. Genghis Khan coming up on the bad end of that. And he's going to get pushed up under his binding. Got to, but he's losing it. He's going to lose that, too. Oh, gosh.
24. Still hanging in there. He picked up enough to stay even, but at this point, if you're Gallardi, you kind of want to keep those abilities. You want to try to force Genghis Khan way back. He's got his spells, and Genghis Khan doesn't, so...
Ooh, look at Genghis Khan's second spell. He's going for the big YOLO play here.
Yep, he knows he does.
Yep.
So
It's
we need
just,
to see,
when do you go for
oh,
it?
that's 26. 4 CS. If he can burst 4 CS down. Yep. Oh, and he used the eggs
27
on the
lands the
Gallardo.
fear and the capture. 3, 2, 3.
Yeah, now he's going for the CS, so
Yep.
it's gonna keep it in. Again,
Well,
I want to
I
see.
don't
I want to
like-
see that full rotation from Gallardo onto Genghis Khan and just force him out. That's how you're gonna guarantee yourself. He's back to a 25 CS lead. That, or if you're really gonna go all in on the CS, use the finale on the wave.
Yeah, because it will hit the wave, so... Oh, there's the dodge of the eggs coming out from Genghis Khan. Trying to get some trades down onto him, but he's got to start hitting these minions, because Gallard is at the point right now where 27... Oh, man, still barely.
There we go. There's the finale.
There's the finale. Drains down, blink out, and
That's
he
it.
barely lives. That's going to be game if he doesn't die here.
Yeah, that's game. He went down to 30 health. He'll get it with the CS here.
And one more. Where is it?
There it is.
There it is. GG. Good game.
All right. So that was well played. That was all about that early game aggression, making sure that he used the waves to his advantage. He got the CS. He forced people back. He froze. And then there wasn't a whole lot. You know, it's kind of hard when you're both on that mirror character to come back from that if you're then not CSing even better with as you go forward. So, well played.
Yeah, first CS win we've seen in Bestcom World this tournament.
People didn't expect it to go CS. People expected it to be a kill or a binding because both players can CS so well. So.
Well, I expected it to just be kills, just because it's King of Mask. You're not taking a binding early.
Well, but it is the King of Masks. But in the same statement, it is the King of Masks, right? He has the ability to flourish out of the way of those skill shots. So you have to catch one to kill one, and when you're looking at the exact same kind of builds, it comes down to whoever's maneuvering best. So.
And sometimes what you got to do is just you bait out the flourish, wait for both of them to hit, and then go for your combo. So
All right,
I was going to say
we will get them in here. This time we're going to see Gaiard on the mortal side, Genghis Khan on the spirit side. And yeah, it did get close on multiple occasions during that. Both players would then back off though, safely.
See, even Porkshops is agreeing with the ulting the wave strategy there from you there, Garwar.
Well, I mean, because at one point he was just at a couple CS off. So if you want to force that advantage, if you're like, I think it was at 4 CS he needed, 4 or even 5. You drop the ult in, you pull all the minions together from the wave. Like once they stop, you're going to group them all up, and then you drop the eggs right on top of it, and captivate there, and then just throw a couple auto attacks, and it's all over.
Yep. We saw it a lot during Best Nisa World too, because her Final Flight is the same way. It can hit minions. So.
I totally forgot to switch the scenes in between there, but that's okay. So everybody got to see the whole selection process. Not a big deal.
Yeah, no big surprises there. Let's see, Gallardo, well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Same loadout. And let's see, Genghis Khan doing the same thing.
With, Wharton.
Little different.
Yeah. So he's got the health
got more
armor.
Health in it.
Yeah, he's got a lot of armor in it too. So he likes keeping that stacked armor. He had the armor in the last one as well. But I think he just wants to be able to. Time. Yeah, he wants to be able to trade a little better than he was able to last time.
Yeah. Oh boy, where the auto attack trade's going down. Genghis Khan 2-1 on the auto attacks right now. It looks like Captivate and Eggs. Same starts for both of these players this time as they were last time. I love the auto attacks right when the Warden shields come up. Oh, that's great. That's a new Olympic sport, ladies and gentlemen. Synchronized Warden popping. No? You don't think so? You don't think we'll get that past the Olympic Committee? Aw.
The skate juggling.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. I was so happy when I saw that they put in somebody juggling something, because I used to juggle in college. I learned to juggle in college. I can still juggle now, but don't quite have the time to do all the fancy stuff nowadays.
I know, because, like work and real life responsibilities and the site, all these people and all these things wanting your time, and, you can't just play games.
It's all about measuring your free time, but, So, we already see Genghis Khan's trying to zone Gaiard out. Reversal of roles from last time.
Yeah, he got sick of getting pushed around last time.
Yeah. He does have a health advantage, just base. Even if they were both full, he's got about 58 more health than Gaiard with his loadout, so...
Yep, that's an extra auto attack. That's all you need sometimes.
But it's a huge wave. He's freezing really well here. He's not trying to clear anything. He's using all of his harass. This is how I expected these matchups to go. Auto attacks on the waves, harass on the opponent.
Yep. And Gallard is losing experience here.
Oh yeah, that's the worst part. He's back so far right now. He needs a couple minions just to die near him, just to be able to get to level 2. Whereas Genghis Khan's a full level ahead in terms of experience, percentage based towards the next level. So.
Oh yeah, he's about to go up 2 levels, and as soon as that happens,
there it is.
Oh yeah, he should go all in on this, pretty close to it.
Well,
as soon as he steps out from his binding,
yeah, he's not coming out.
But
that
this
wave,
is gonna be a huge wave.
Yeah, he's gonna lose
binding damage.
He's gonna lose a lot here.
Okay, finally gets level 2. There's not enough for level 3 here. At least I don't think there is.
There is.
Well, there will be with this wave coming in now.
He's got 2 waves pushing up. He's going to get it off the next couple minions here. The big difference, though, is how much CS he's going to lose. He's trying to focus, as you should, on the minions. working out actually pretty well. I got to say, he actually picked up quite a bit of that. Quite a bit more than I expected. He did lose a couple there. So he came out 8-12 overall. So he only lost, out of all of that, he only lost 4 CS.
Yeah, not too bad.
But Genghis Khan's still able to freeze the lane once again.
Showing why he chose the name Genghis Khan, putting on a clinic for this game.
Oh!
Oh, wow. Nice
some
spears,
solid
tentacles
harass.
to the butt. Yeah, no kidding. Let's look at the experience difference again. Did Gallardo catch up? He's 150 experience behind.
Yeah, he closed a lot of that gap. I mean, the biggest difference was the fact that the wave was just building up and building up and building up. As long as he was within range of it as it got onto the tower, he's going to be able to catch back up to a certain degree.
Right.
So you got to, when you do that, you got to use your advantage. You know, if you were in an actual laning phase, that's when you and your lane partner are going to try to dive, but that just wasn't not the smartest thing to do in a 1v1 tournament, because if you take a binding shot, you've just given up a huge advantage.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
you
flourished
can't
right into that one.
Oh, Drain going down onto Gallardo,
Both
counter Drain
sides.
back
It's Christmas,
onto Cobb.
folks. Green and red everywhere.
Yeah, I do like that they did put the colors on there to see who is the Drainer and who is the Drainee.
Ooh, good
Oh,
flourish.
that! Yeah, I love these flourish mechanics. Just going in there under the binding, dodging the shots. Man.
And he forces him to walk up into the eggs to last hit, so that was a good placement. And again with the Captivate. It's nice when someone gets back between the rock and the hard place, as I like to call it there, when you're behind the binding and the wall. When you have a King of Masks, you just want to lock them in there with those big abilities. Oh, and he misses!
Oh, miss!
That would have been solid. It would have pulled him right through all those eggs.
Would have been a kill. Yeah. Yeah, 125 plus a couple eggs and a Captivate, that would have been a kill right there.
Definitely
had
a
he
great
landed it.
attempt. And using that advantage, because he was 6 and Gallardo wasn't. Gallardo will get 6 off this wave, though, and he's got to be careful.
Oh, he will.
Although he does only, he does have a major health advantage at this point. He also has a good CS advantage. It's not an intense one, but he's up 8 at the moment, so could be still a full wave's worth after this.
Yeah, Gallardo was up a lot more. He was up like 15 by this point in the last game, so...
Well, and that's because Genghis Khan was focusing a lot more on the harass than the farm in the last game.
For sure.
There's the finale, but-
Lands it down. Doesn't
Nothing-
even up the health.
Well, he he didn't have any of his other abilities to go with it because he just used them. So
Yep.
you got to remember, finale is that displacement ability you want to use to drag people into the rest of your combo. So
Yep. Well, he's closing the gap. Now he's only down a full wave. The 6 CS is a difference now from Gallardo. So maybe he takes this long game and he runs this one back, but he's still significantly down in experience. I'm gonna like to see how Gallardo ends up playing this the rest of the match.
That was nice. Only gets 1 tentacle, but that was a great flourish.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he
Oh,
eats
there's
a binding.
the binding shot. It's not too bad.
He's far enough ahead that it's not going to be a big deal, but that's something you got to really be careful about. Genghis Khan seems to be done with the freezing of the waves. It's not giving him the CS advantage he really wanted. Oh, and he loses his health.
And now
there.
now he's down in health to Gallardo. And there's his last potions, all gone. Although he did increase his CS lead to 10.
Well,
so.
yeah, but it's gonna. He should be able to get a couple more off of this. Oh, he missed that. Oh, he had to throw out the eggs just to pick that up. So yeah, he's 7 CS lead. Little by little.
So with the up.
I think we're gonna see the big difference when they go back and buy, though.
Yeah.
Gallardo's sitting on 1750 Vim, whereas Genghis Khan's at 1925. So.
Yeah, so what do you think these guys end up buying? I mean, the balance ended up working better than the aggression last time. Do you think Genghis Khan
I think
changes
the
up
balance
his
worked
purchasing
better than
strategy?
the aggression simply because of the way they had situated the advantage in lane. They had a CS advantage. It's hard to kill a CS advantage when the other person builds defensively. They can still stand in, take your ass, and get their CS and continue to
Oh
climb.
god, please don't let the C word come into this game.
No, conviction.
We don't
We
even
didn't see
mention
any
it because
yesterday. That was,
I know,
it was nice.
Yes.
I expected with the life, or with the will starts or the defensive starts that we would see a conviction come in, especially in a CS game. Like if you just want to win a CS game, conviction and balance, like there you go, right?
It's like, what do they do? It's like you can't kill
nice
me, you
dodge.
attack me, you just give me health regen. Oh,
That's
there's
gonna
the
be the
finale
win
counter
right
to go
there.
on. It's gonna be countered back onto there, and there it is. Calm draws the first blood, and that's 1-1.
Yeah, again, before any shopping at all. I mean, they went deeply into that game. Didn't go back and shop. Came out with the win. So that's tied up. So next game wins. This is the best of 3 in the quarterfinals and the semis. Speaking of, I'm trying to see if did anybody else show up. Nope, nobody else showed up. So once this match is this set is decided, then we'll move straight on into the semifinals.
Game's up.
Keep in mind, guys, there is a link in the chat. Extra Life is this weekend. We are participating in that with Waystone Games as part of Team Dawngate. They did reach their goals that they set, financial goals. I think it was 10,000 for Team Dawngate, 5,000 for their own personal stream. We have not reached ours yet, though, so you can help with that. Anybody that donates does earn prizes through Waystone Games. You get $5 is that Extra Life profile icon, $10 is the Extra Life ward, similar to the wards that Gamescom wards you saw used in that last match, except it pops up with the Extra Life icon. And if you do $100, you get that signed Nisa key art poster that was popularized at the last PAX events and Gamescom, and you've seen it on Reddit, I'm sure. Pretty cool stuff.
But does it have your signature on it, Garwar?
No, there's only one of those in existence, so you guys are out of luck. I think that was Fire Eye, I can't remember that. I get it mixed up. One of those things. Yeah, they went around and had all the community members sign it at PAX, which was pretty cool. So that's all you see on there. So it's got Thor, it's got Muzzy, it's got Sheebs. I think Nephew probably signed it. Yeah. That was
I'm sure she did.
So
well,
they are
looks like
locked in.
Debating. No, Gallardo's not. There he goes. Okay, he's finally decided he wants to play King of Masks. Again, good choice for best King of Masks world is to play King of Masks.
Yep, we do recommend that.
Both Gladiator, again, didn't matter for the last match, so... I don't know. Level 1 all in? You think we see it? Come on. I mean, that's how we ended the last one.
Yeah, I think both of these competitors have fought really hard for their wins. I don't know if they want to just kind of walk in and gamble it away. It really is just, I mean, when you've only got one ability and it's on such a long cooldown, it's rough. Like with Best Dibs World, sure, because you can drop nightmare after nightmare after nightmare because it's on such a short cooldown. But yeah, not with this. Like Best Shakira World, maybe, because you could just start trading all those Qs and then see if you can get enough auto attacks on before they get back to their binding. Oh, and they walk into the brush. Both trade auto attacks. Gallardo doesn't get a ward down yet. Oh, went with the tentacles.
2 tentacles.
Yeah, everybody's going tentacles.
Are they both going tentacles? Okay.
Yeah, they wanted that tentacle harass game early, apparently.
Yeah, that's the better single target damage, so... Oh, Genghis Khan eats 3 tentacles there, and so now he's down in the health for level 1. See, now if these guys were tactician, we'd see somebody going back just to try to get an extra potion.
Oh, did we not add Dragain? Dang it. I will get Dragain on the Best Shaper World list. Forgot to update here.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a good idea. Yep.
So we'll do that later on today. Actually, we can do this here. Best Nisa World. We do have lots of custom commands since we're here on our own channel.
Oh, yes.
Anybody that's ever been a Best Shaper World champion has the ability to pull their stuff up through Nightbot and commands. So. There's some hidden ones in there too. We used to do a lot of hidden ones that were based on the Shapers. We kind of stopped doing that because we kind of ran out of Nightbot commands. Nightbot only lets you have like 25 or so.
Right.
But we do have some other fun hidden commands in there based off Shaper VO.
Oh, do we still have the corn dog command?
I'm not sure if it's in there or not.
Well. Oh, Paradelton with the confidence coming out in the chat right now says you can add Paradelton as best comm as well. And yes, Bronzeberry Prime Knight did win Zeri. That's right. No, it was exclamation point.
Yeah, I must have taken corn dog. Oh wait, I remember what it was.
Best
Hold
boy.
on. That's right. And I can spell Paradelton right too. I swear. Oh yeah, so there we go.
Still there. Oh, Gallardo getting
Nice
harassed.
tower
Big
dive.
time, but Genghis Khan eats a binding shot for his trouble. And they get this huge wave built up, pushing into the binding. This is just like the last game we saw between these two. And to answer your question, Garbar, no, I do not want a corn dog. No, thank you.
I didn't ask you.
Well, if you were going to ask me, no, I don't want a corn dog.
I didn't ask you.
CS here, looks like... Well, this is something I didn't expect to see. Gallardo up in CS, even though he's been pushed up to his binding recently? Okay.
He was really focused on just last hitting under the binding, so...
Well, he figures like, well, if my opponent's just going to crazy tower dive me and my binding's going to shoot him, I guess I don't need to really harass him, right?
Oh!
You know, I say that, then he eats a full
disadvantage.
combo. That's some confidence coming out from Gallardo here. Well, now the level disadvantage is gone. So he's got a little bit of a health advantage going right now. But these players right now, I mean, this is pretty low CS. I mean, just look at this. I mean, 16 and we're 4 minutes into the game. Really, guys? They're just, they're not really focusing on the CS at all. They're letting a lot of it just go. You know, you wouldn't expect that when you see both of them take Gladiator, but, you know, hey, we have seen stranger things.
Well, we've seen Hunter and Predator. So, again, your role doesn't necessarily matter. I mean, sure, it might inform how you're going to aggress in the lane, but ultimately it's all about them. All about them skill shots. Oh,
yep.
Flourish in to get behind him. Forces him to walk through all the eggs.
Nice. Uses the brush to drop the minion aggro
Interesting there.
immediately.
Gallardo didn't flourish. He could have flourished away from all of that. Saved it for that trade right there. So ends up pulling even. Is there a best Parasite world? No, yet. No, they don't allow us to play as the Parasite, so we can't do that.
Yep.
Unfortunately. And right now it would be best Jack Skellington world anyway, because
yes,
that is what the Parasite pit is right now, is the Jack Skellington pit.
Level 6 up for Genghis Khan, but he's at a health disadvantage. There's the Captivate into the eggs. Where's the finale? Right there. Only gets half the health down.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what happens when you don't really have all the scaling behind all the abilities yet. We're only seeing 1 point in the Captivate and 3 points in the Endless Delights at this point. So, oh, there's a flourish straight in on the action.
Oh.
He comes out way ahead. He's
What
level
in the
5.
world,
If he had
Gallardo?
had 6, he would have finished that off with a finale.
Absolutely. Chocobo's X, I want best minion world. That is every best shaper world, dude. Minions always make big plays in best shaper world. I mean, I think they have 2 kills right now for this tournament.
R.I.P. Best Strider world. That was.
Oh my god. Oh, that Strider that went up
day.
and just kept chasing dibs instead of going for the the binding.
For those who haven't been around for all of 2014, there was a period in time where Strider spawned every 4th wave, and then would increase based on the number of bindings you took down. So that created some issues in... Ooh, Pride.
What?
Genghis Khan coming out with the Pride. Pride 4 pot.
Oh, God.
We see a balance out of
God.
Gallardo. But so with the Striders every 4th wave, you had to time your backs so that it wasn't on a Strider wave, because if there was a Strider wave, they would just eat away your binding, which is their job.
Not to mention, it's a huge amount of Vim and experience you'd lose, too.
So you really wanted that. That was how you could get ahead. But in one trade, there was a trade with... It was Guru, yes. He went out, he got trade, he grabbed the aggro. He started running away from the Strider that was chasing him. And the Strider, even though they had started the fight in the middle of the lane, the Strider chased him all the way back to under his binding. He went into the brush past the binding, lost the Strider Ag. The Strider turned around, started beating on his binding, and almost got the binding win for his opponent. Oh, best Strider.
And that was in.
There we go, full combo with the finale.
It's not a lot of damage though.
No, but he did time it right so that he had that full stacks from the balance on him.
Oh, there's the drain coming down. There's the counter finale, and wow,
that Pride doing work.
That Pride. Oh my God, it is. Particularly if Genghis Khan can catch Gallardo without his balance stacks, that's going to do ridiculous amounts of damage.
Yeah, you got to remember that balance doesn't. It does work against the Pride, but when you get it fully stacked up, if you just don't have it up, then you're pretty good. Right now, though, he is sitting on 83. It drops down to 68 though when he doesn't hit anything.
Yeah. And for
the Pride's going to allow him to do a lot more of that trade there. We show here 265 health, 30 armor. That's going to do work against minion aggro.
But the big thing, I mean, that burn there, that's 90 damage a second. That is significant. That's like, what is that for Cobb right now? That's an extra auto attack every second, basically.
Before the defense comes in here.
Well, considering the armor, I'd figure it's probably pretty close to the same. CS right now, Gallardo up still.
Yep.
Of course, this is
Betrayal, huh? You really thinking we're gonna see a betrayal in here, Bronzeberry, huh?
I don't know.
I don't know if the game's gonna go that long.
I mean, it would be nice because you do see a lot of auto attacks, so it does make a little bit of sense. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
There's some damage.
There's a big combo down onto Gallardo. He's going to keep the auto attack just to keep that Pride burning going. Now Gallardo has to go back.
Genghis Khan just going to farm it up in lane. This is going to help him because he was behind in CS, so...
Yeah, he'll catch up. 2 powers coming out from Gallardo, because that's really all he can afford. He's got 3 potions to go with it, too. So Genghis should probably take this CS and go back himself, or does he want to go for the binding
damage? He evened up the CS, which is great. He's going to get some binding damage. He's got 1,200 Vim. It would be a good time to go back, but I think he wants to get as much damage down on this. When you get a lot of binding damage down early like this, it helps quite a bit in your ability to apply pressure to the lane. Your opponent really cannot go back at that point, because if you do get a full wave in there, you're going to take advantage of it. It looks like they're going to trade, though, on the binding damage, because Genghis Khan is going to go ahead and go back.
Yeah, but what is he going to get? Please tell me this is not a Vengeance. I mean, it would be hilarious. Oh, God.
Conviction. Son of a bitch.
Oh, my God. Damn it. Garwar, why did you say it? That's why I said the C word. I did. And that's why you don't ever say the word conviction in a mage matchup in Best Shaper World.
So
ever.
This is going to help his Warden out quite a bit. He's up to 108 bonus health off the Warden, like with the shield. And he's also going to regenerate, as you can see, 40 health over 10 seconds every time he takes damage from an opponent. So it trades OP in this sense. Lots of magic resistance as well. It comes back to lane, just completely clears out that wave.
Yeah.
He is down 7 CS now, though, so he does have to be careful with that, but he's definitely has the trading advantage. Oh,
he's even taking Wither. So it's like, come on. It's like, there's no way Gallardo's going to kill him. As soon as he goes for his combo, the Wither goes down, and, you know,
you would hope,
you're
right?
not doing anything. Yeah, you would hope, anyway.
The thing is the Wither does need to come out, I believe, before all the abilities get thrown. So there we see it. There we see Genghis Khan coming out well in advance here.
He used the Wither to prevent Gallardo from running.
Well, yeah, and you don't want to throw out a finale when you know you've been withered. But he just used the auto attacks, just consistently auto attacking, staying in there one after the other, getting the full stacks of that Pride burning. That did work.
Yeah. Now he has a level 2 finale, although it'll be a while before that comes back up. Half of Gallardo's binding is gone now. He can't go back. So he is done going back right now.
Hey, what's going on, Mac?
Hey, Mac.
Macaroon.
And the other thing that this Pride does is it helps you push the wave just relentlessly.
Oh, that's right.
Basically, you throw a couple auto attacks, and then you don't really have to worry about last hitting because the Pride will get it.
Careful, Chocobus. Nightbot doesn't like all the exclamation points.
Get my good side.
Uh-oh. Where's more of the Pride? There's the Bastion forced out. Okay. Now, what's the timer left on the finale here? 50 seconds left on Genghis Khan's finale.
Yeah, they're pretty much even in that regard. They're only used a couple seconds off of each other, so if you don't get that time by, it's going to take a while to come back up.
Yep.
So they are breaking back even. You would think you'd think Genghis Khan would come out a little better in these trades with the conviction, but all the potions on Gallardo are able to keep his health up.
And the other part of this is that Gallardo's still up on CS, even after all of this.
And he's extended
up 10
it.
right now. Even though he's down on experience, it's just showing you, it's like, yeah,
Chocobo's
apparently
Extra
Gallardo
Life
is the farmer king of masks.
Yeah, Extra Life is still going on. You can still make donations. It's just the major day for it was yesterday. Like, that's when Extra Life does all of its main events and stuff. But Extra Life runs kind of the whole time. So nice use of the finality. Walks into the
minion
egg.
aggro though.
There, he
the
pulls
finale
it
down,
off.
but the burn gets it.
Oh, that was close. I was watching that finale hit Genghis Khan. I'm like, is it going to finish him off? But nope, the auto attacks with the Pride take the win. That puts Genghis Khan through into this.
Man, I was worried about that minion aggro there for a second. It's like, oh no, are we going to have another minion kill? Is this going to be the third minion win? But no, didn't end up being that way. Alright, so what is our next game? Hello, am I still here? Yeah, Garwar, what's our next game?
Oh, sorry, I had it muted. My bad.
Okay.
Updating the brackets here, making sure that we have checked a raid call to see if any of our people who were late showed up. They did not. They can't blame it on the time zones now because this would have been the time they would have needed to show up at this point anyway. So even if their times didn't change. So Merc and Porkchop get buys. They move on into the semifinals. So the first matchup is going to be Porkchop versus Genghis Khan. So
Porkchop versus Genghis Khan. All right, and I will go get the preferences for that match.
All right. So we will get them loaded into our handy-dandy score meter and get the semifinal set. So while we were waiting, I forgot to load in all of the clips from yesterday, but we do have a cool little clip. I will just go ahead and play this one again while he gets this set up. This was just worth playing again. This is Iron Rust, or FE Rust as they spell their name out, doing some crazy plays, and we'll be right back.
An enemy binding has been destroyed. An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. Enemy triple kill. Enemy killing spree. An ally has been slain. Double kill. Miraculous. Triple kill.
Maytime.
Miraculous.
Reckon to sneak up on the
Tetra kill. Miraculous.
always been lucky when it comes to killing.
The enemy team has been
So pulls off a 4v1 and pulls out the GG. That's a pretty crazy plays.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would surrender if I saw that too.
So we do have a
Like,
let's
oh,
see.
Ferris just soloed my team. Okay.
We have a LFDA Pork Chop versus TMP4 Genghis Khan. Loaded up in the lobby. Pork Chop on the mortal side, Genghis on the spirit side. So this is going to be the first of our semifinal matchups. These are best of 3 as well. The finals are best of 5. We'll see teasing
Yeah.
different kind of role lineups here. So we'll see what they
Yeah,
actually
and,
look in.
Yeah, Genghis Khan still deciding what he wants to play. He has not picked a shaper yet. Like he is debating his role before a shaper. Looks like we're going to see Tactician this time from both of the players. And, you know, Pork Chop ran Tactician all day yesterday. Well, I
Yeah,
would say
it was
all day
pretty
yesterday,
common.
but his games are always over in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty common yesterday. So.
Yeah, Pork Chop went undefeated in the qualifiers yesterday. He went 8-0. There's only one other person to have done that, and that's Nayori. That was in Best Ferris World, and, well, as you recall, if anybody knows what happened in Best Ferris World, he didn't win it, so that one went to Beardish.
Yeah, your seeding helps out. Like your placement in the qualifiers helps out in terms of who you're going to be matched up against. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to how well you do once you get into those top 8 finals. So.
Correct. All right, looks like Pork Chop coming out the lane, 3.2 armor, 8.6 magic resist, 3 defense pen, 61.4 health and warden. Taking a look at Genghis Khan. Has he changed anything? Nah, he's still running the same thing he ran last time. The 87.2 health, 13.5 armor, 1 MR, and warden. So Battle of the Wardens this time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Genghis
Pork
Khan
Chop
does
always
have
had
a slight health and shield advantage, but it's not as major as last time. So really going to
definitely
come
not.
down to just the trading ability overall. They both have enough money. Oh, actually, no. Pork Chop earned enough money off that to go back and buy, but Genghis Khan didn't. He's gonna go back anyway and just heal.
No, he sure didn't. Yeah, not a bad idea.
So
So
Pork
Pork
Chop,
Chop will be up 150 health.
yeah. And it was the difference between that Captivate and the Endless Delight start, apparently.
Yep, for sure. Bronzeberry, he says, I'm waiting for the balances to come out. Well, you don't know, man. We might see that. We saw Pride before. We've seen, what other common buys? You know, Aggression is another common buy. And then we're not going to talk about the other buy because, yeah.
It's the only time we've seen it so far, so that's nice. But Pride actually got purchased yesterday in one of the matches as well, so it wasn't the first time it showed up in the tournament. I think it was off stream. We didn't see it
Yeah,
on
it
stream,
was off.
but it was in one of the off-stream matches.
And the other notable thing is that every time we watched one of Pork Chop's games, it was over in 5 minutes.
It was pretty quick, yeah. But up against Genghis Khan might not be the same.
Well, I mean, you got to figure, these guys have played against each other competitively, so... I mean, in 5v5 at least, so... You got to figure there's a little bit of respect going back and forth between these two. I think Genghis Khan going down early in the experience, definitely getting done to him what he did to Gallardo the last 2 games of his match against him. Yeah, Pork Chop massively up in CS, but let's see how much of this Genghis Khan can pick up. Doesn't look like he's going to pick up a lot if he keeps eating this harass like this. And if you notice how Pork Chop is timing his harass, he's timing his harass, he's throwing it out just as a minion would go down otherwise. So it's like, look, if you want this last hit, you're going to eat some harass for it.
Yeah, and that's just good lane play. That's how you want to do it, right? So. I do have reports our website, for whatever reason, has crashed.
Oh,
GG.
no.
The admin is on it. So until then, I will put a different bracket matchup into the chat. This is the straight Battlefy bracket. I think that should take you straight to the Battlefy bracket. If you want to follow along at home, till TSG comes back up.
Oh, Pork Chop. Why are you playing catch with the Archon, bro? Maybe just wants to give a little confidence to Genghis Khan, draw him out a little bit, maybe mind games? No. Let's see. Pork Chop up the entire wave of CS right now. Let's see how much money these guys have right now. It looks like 840 to 760. The Pork Chop's up about 150. When you take his extra potion into account, he's up about 200 Vim rates now. I would ask you what you think Pork Chop's going to go back and buy, but we've never seen him buy anything, so...
If he ever does go back and buy, I expect him to go ham.
Oh, of course. Just, straight up YOLO aggression, you think? Wow, look at that damage coming out. And that was just the level advantage. Just dropped the Captivating the Eggs right on top of him. And oh, there's the drain down from Genghis Khan. He's having to drop that defensively just to get a little bit of his health back. But now that means Pork Chop is free to use his without fear of the return drain. So he's got... How much burst damage does that give him? An extra 175 damage?
There we go.
So as soon as he hits level 6, no, never mind. There's the drain right there. Where's
auto
the
attack
eggs?
in, that's dead.
Yep, drain got him.
Yeah, the key there is to keep auto attacking until you know they're low enough that it's gonna tick off that final last amount. That's usually the biggest thing we don't see out of some people. They'll drop the drain and walk away. But if you don't keep auto attacking till down to the last second, it's not going to work. So we do see Pork Chop once again. Quick finish.
Yeah, normally we'd have Hands of Evil come in here and talk to us about items, but if he was here, he wouldn't have anything to talk about. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. He ended up having to work. So,
Did he? I thought I heard he had computer issues today.
oh, he doesn't have to work today, or he just?
I
Has
think today he had
issues?
off.
Okay.
Yesterday he had to work. He had to cover a shift for somebody, and then today he hopped on. He said he finally got his computer working well enough to be able to send me a message in Skype. But
Oh, ouch.
we were plagued yesterday with some technical issues, with Battlefy not working. We
Oh,
used to
God.
launch. Then I had my mic
My
muted at
internet
the
was
start,
crap.
and then his Teratho's internet was bad, and then today it's apparently our website's down. So yeah, yay!
It's just,
Great weekend.
yep. I guess the internet's just not handling all the extra life traffic all that well. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, all the gaming going on, all the
Oh,
streaming.
for sure. I mean, it's almost as bad as like awesome games done quick or summer games done quick. It's those also bad times for the internet because those yeah. Prime Knight saying, I'd like to think Pride, Balance, and Conviction are the main items
They're not,
in this tourney. They're not.
Yeah.
I mean, the main items are life.
We've seen life and aggressions come out quite a bit. And
not
the
that we think
balance,
this game's
actually,
gonna go on
balance
items, so-
balance is in there as probably one of the most common items we've seen in the tournament. But the Pride, like I said, we've only seen it once on stream, and we've heard of it once off stream. The Conviction's only shown up once that we're aware of. So yeah, saw Force in one of our first matches yesterday, and it worked out actually really well.
Oh, actually, that actually went all the way to Divinity too.
Yeah, so
Remember that was one where Merc got the Chaos
that's
too.
right. Yeah, Chaos I wasn't as impressed with, but it is.
No,
I
but
mean,
it was
is
still
a good.
pretty
If you can
cool.
get there, that's definitely interesting. We haven't seen. I think that's the only instance of both Force and Chaos, or Divinity and Chaos, and the items they built from that we saw yesterday at all. And that was that
Yeah.
start when he started. He came back with the life, the power, the will, and the time, and then they earned so much money that he was able to go back and just pick up a Chaos. So
Yep. I still remember the end of that game. It was pretty cool. The Captivate lands, his opponent had the Chaos debuff on him, and it's just like the Captivate Tentacles hadn't hit him yet for the damage. So you're just sitting there for like half a second going like, oh man, he is so going to die. Smack. Down he goes. I'd hate to be the guy like that. It's like, you're dead. It just hasn't happened yet, so.
So Porkchop was trying to get some level 1 shenanigans going on, but Genghis Khan not having any of that. Genghis Khan going back to that armor and MR with the defense pin loadout. Doesn't care about the warden, I guess, now.
Nah, maybe that'll let him deal with... it'll help him deal with minions, that's for sure. And if Genghis Khan can stay on the aggressive, he can neutralize the warden. That's how you play against warden.
Unfortunate minion aggro there, lost him a couple CS. It's got to worry about that, though. There was no way he could drop it off. He figured that bush was probably warded since Porkchop was sitting in it the whole time.
Well, yeah, sure.
Solid trade back and forth, both of them there.
Yeah, those brushes see a lot of play in Best Shaper World. I think the most notable use of the brush that we've seen was back in Best Zalgus World, where Downsy, he was Downsy at the time, that's Beardish, he was chasing down, I want to say it was Cuss. But Cuss tries to jump into the brush to try to, drop Downsy's auto attack cadence. But as soon as he goes in, immediate burden of knowledge to reveal him, and he still gets the auto attack off and kills him. So that'll be interesting come Best Ronin World when we do that, because that on the house granting the vision. So that'll make the brushes much more dangerous. Now we do usually like to give the players time to practice new shapers before we show them off in Best Shaper World, because we don't want no scrubby play here. Wow, look at Porkchop up on the CS big time, 20-12 right now.
That's what happens when you get that lane advantage. Genghis Khan used that to good effect for himself. He's kind of getting the tables turned. Walks through all of those eggs. Only misses one. That was well played by Genghis.
For sure. Yeah, even though they only do 25% of the normal damage for the multiple eggs, you still don't want to walk through 6 of them. That's a lot of damage. That's one of the reasons that Finale can be so dangerous, is if it pulls you through all 6 eggs, unless you get a Captivate on top of it. That's a good amount of burst. Uh, 26-18 in CS right now. Let's look at the Vim. We got 860 versus 940. So it looks like 2 health potion difference as far as the Vim goes.
Oh, there goes the
Porkchop
drain.
dropping down.
It's actually coming out of Genghis Khan.
Coming out of Genghis Khan. He's using it defensively. That's right.
Yep. That does mean Porkchop still has his to be able to throw out if he'd like. I think he wants to wait for level 6 for that kill potential.
Well, he didn't wait for level 6 last time. He dinged 6 on the kill, so maybe he's just waiting for a good position to... Oh, nice dodge with the flourish there. Okay, so now I'm thinking Porkchop is probably going to think about popping the drain and his full combo.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Genghis Khan is low enough for it now. Oh, but Porkchop's getting pretty low himself. He's going to have to go around. Now, that is an allowed area. He can go back there.
Yeah. I'm
amazed. Just
I'm amazed he tried to get back through there. I think Genghis Khan didn't have any ward coverage down. I think if he'd warded that brush, since he was pushed back, that would have worked out well for him. He could have caught him as Porkchop came back in.
Wow,
Porkchop
Blade
did still
Ward.
have the drain, though, so he could have dropped it, and he didn't. There it
There's
goes.
the drain right now. Auto attack.
Oh!
There's the finale. And
Ah!
Porkchop pulls it off. 1 auto attack difference. Didn't even need the finale. Showing it off on the minions. Wow.
I thought Genghis Khan had that for a second there.
So did I.
Yeah, that was close. Well played to both, gentlemen.
Wowee. So do you think Porkchop might be the first person to run all the way through Best Shaper World undefeated? Because he's looking like a serious contender to be the first one to ever do that.
Yeah, it's looking good. So next up, we are going to see Merc versus Paradelton. We will find out if Paradelton becomes Mr. Gets Wrecked in the semis, or if he goes on and becomes Mr. Gets Wrecked in the finals.
All right, I'll go up and get their preferences then.
Or maybe this could be Paradalton's month to shine. So we'll see. We'll see. I really did think it just came down to a battle auto attacks there. I really did think Genghis Khan was going to pull out that tie-breaking match. It was very close plays. Apparently there is some debate. Alright, it does look like we are going to see Merc versus Para, and it's going to be on the EU servers, because I believe they both are in the European Union. We tend to get about, as spectators, about 135 to 140 ping just watching. Doesn't really affect our side much at all.
Nope, sure doesn't.
So I'm seeing,
Looks like both these players.
if they're ready, we can go ahead and throw down. We'll be Merc
sure.
on the Mortal side and Paradalton on the Spirit side.
Yep, both European players, so both of these games, or well, all of these games will be on the European servers, so. Merc going with the hashtag EU win in the lobby. I'm saying that's probably a safe bet.
Pretty much, pretty much.
But here's the thing. So we are going to have an EU versus North American final. I don't know, who do you favor out of these two right here? We got Merc and we got Paradalton.
I
I mean, both of these guys have shown they'll do some crazy stuff.
mean, when
I mean-
Paradalton will pull out a Will Resilience 2-item start effectively
Yeah.
after going back early and then take a victory, it's hard to say. Like, I never
Yeah,
thought I
and
would have
then
seen
Merc-
that be the win, but, you
Yeah.
know.
And then Merc was the one who pulled out the 30 power start on us yesterday, too. And then picked up the Bastion to cover the defense. So, I just don't even know. I have no prediction. I predict it will be a chaotic game. It will be madness.
We are seeing Gladiator locked in for Merc and Tactician for Paradalton. So, a couple different types of play styles going to be coming out. We will see which one takes the advantage as we take load into the game here.
Oh, but you're thinking this goes to buying items. I don't think this is going to go to items at all.
It might.
No,
I mean,
both of these guys.
like I said, Paradalton walked in. It was pretty odd. He kind of just almost auto walked into the lane. Had a really bad trade, stuck around to make enough money to go back and buy a Resilience, and then again walked back in, had a really bad trade, but then dominated. So, who knows?
Because
Like,
and guess who that was against?
was it against Merc?
It was against Merc.
30 seconds to curtain.
So Merc has that
I've slept since then.
that
so.
game fresh in his mind. So, well, so have I.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that took
good
that
prediction
series
from Merc.
to take that to 1-1. I would check on our website, but apparently our website doesn't want to work.
Yeah, it was a 1-1.
Yeah,
Merc
still
took
not
the
available.
first game. Paradalton ended up taking the second one. Merc going no extra Vim for you.
Yeah, that's smart. You know, you don't want to give somebody that advantage. We did see Merc starting with the Captivate, Para with the Endless
Oh,
Delights.
God.
Oh,
Oh, Para, what are you doing, bro?
He was
Bro,
gonna try.
you crazy, bro.
he was
He's
gonna
gonna eat a
try.
binding shot for it.
Hey, and you know,
Yeah,
if
he
you're
saw
gonna
the
go
binding
back,
target him.
yeah, if you're gonna go back and heal up anyway, taking a binding shot doesn't matter. I am glad we're seeing the Master of the Cosmos King of Mass skin come out. Paradalton rocked that yesterday.
Yep. So, are we giving this to Paradalton just based on intimidation?
It's hard to say. I mean, he didn't get his extra Vim at the beginning, so.
No, that's right. That's right. Didn't get that Tactician Vim for the GG.
I do like that he was willing to grab Binding Aggro to try to get it, though.
Again, that's Paradalton for you. He will do stuff like that. There you go. There's his first Tactician Vim right there, just popping to him with an egg. But in return, gets smacked with in the butt with 3 tentacles. So I don't know, man. Kindness is magic. Hi.
Welcome back. So they're just gonna go straight into the farming.
This is not like Paradelton. He's
Fairly
just gonna
even,
farm it
but
out. Come on.
Paradelton's actually a little ahead in CS. We'll see if Merc can catch this up under the bindings. Loses one right there. Loses another. Oh no, he got one. Yep.
Yep.
Evens it out.
9-9 even. Ah, gosh, Paradelton walking through everything, but I guess he doesn't care simply because that Warden was enough to cover it. Wow, 3 at the same time for both of these guys.
Keeping it solidly even. As long as there's no wave built up at the beginning of the match, they're going to stay even. Unfortunately, that Captivate did not quite hit the right target there. And they even had
definitely not.
Even had the empowered version of it. As you can see, it does different things here on the hover chart. So he gets that root with it right after a flourish. Whereas the eggs will get the fear.
Hey man, he had to keep that minion in place so he could last hit it, man.
So Merc going with 1 point Captivate to an Endless Delights early. Whereas Paradelton had spread everything out equally. Now they're equal, now that they hit 4.
Okay.
But that early start was just to try to push back in the lane, see if he could get an advantage. He didn't.
Looks like it worked.
Nope, they're still pretty equal.
No, but look at the health difference, though. So Merc is going up on health. And the other thing, look at the potions. Do these guys have the same number of potions?
Oh, yeah,
no potions popped yet.
Yeah, they haven't used any yet.
Uh-oh, there's the chase
Oh,
on
made him come right back
never
into
mind.
right back into the tentacles.
Yeah, because that little corridor right there down near the bottom. Yeah, the eggs cover that perfectly. That's called the wrong place to be. Take a look at CS dead even.
Yeah, Paradelton hits 5 just right before Merc, but Merc gets a last hit that keeps it even.
Yep.
But then Paradelton needs all the harass.
Yeah, the minions aggro this time is not enough to cover the damage, so. But a Paradelton still staying on the aggressive.
Well, he
doesn't care that he's been pushed down to last.
He popped a potion, try to get back that health. Merc, though, still sitting on all of his.
So when do you think Paradelton goes for the crazy plays? I mean, he hasn't gone back to get his resilience yet. So.
Oh, there we go.
There's the binding shot. Merc could have gone on that. In fact, he probably will.
He was focused on the CS. He's behind a little in the CS. He wanted the last hit over trying to lock him up. If he could have landed a flourish with a Captivate and locked him in that's a hard combo to land just on the split second there, but that would have forced him to eat a double.
Sure.
But Paradelton knew that double flourish in. He knew what was gonna happen.
Oh, Merc, here we go. He's going for the combo. There's the Captivate. There's the finale. Everything going down. Oh, the good Captivate back from Paradelton to prevent the follow-up. And now he's just going to have to go back. What does he get? Pride? There it is. Pride called it.
Pride and some potions. Now remember, he comes back into lane and he has his finale still. He did not use it in that trade, so he will have a bit of advantage.
Start, so.
Well, but still, even mid-fight, these are people who can level up their abilities and fire them off in combat, so. Kept a hold of it. That was actually the best thing to do because he knew there was no way he was going to come back in and actually make that a full fight, so.
So what does Merc pick up?
Merc grabs an energy. Wow, we saw that once yesterday.
Going for a chaos?
Or we saw it twice, actually. We saw the chaos and we had somebody else buy a potency. That's right.
Potency, yeah.
Yeah, so definitely different strategies.
Merc did the chaos.
I'm a bigger fan of the chaos than the potency. Paradelton hits level 7. Going to have that advantage.
He's going to try to take a little bit off his binding here.
Yep, he is up in CS as well. And he's going to stay up in CS because that wave is just getting chewed up by the binding. So it comes out definitely a distinct advantage there for Paradelton.
But yeah, I guess Paradelton is just sick of being the best shaper world competitor.
Yeah, he wants to be a champion.
I think he's hungry. Yeah. I mean, it's like he's gone the whole year and he hasn't won one yet. He thinks it's his time. Although I think Porkchop's going to have something to say about that for sure. As is Merc.
See, he's still got to get past Merc, so.
Exactly. Merc's no slouch himself. Although, as far as the item build goes right now, I mean, I gotta say the Pride's better than the Energy right now. It's just more damage overall. And that with the health. But then again, you know, there's that little bit of haste,
Pride's
that 20
gonna do-
haste that you were talking about.
The Pride's going to do double work. It's going to add backing damage when he gets those auto attacks, but it's also going to allow Peridalton to play aggressive behind the minion line. So
Yes, Justice, that's
There's
exactly
some-
right. Cobb has his pride after a bloody battle. How fitting. Look at CS again. Peridalton up 8 right now. We're getting close to the 10-minute
drops
mark
it to
where that's going
7.
to
Merc
start to
actually
matter.
picked up both of those, so that's good.
Nice. Oh, fear coming out. Oh, gosh. You know, I remembered when Cobb's abilities used to do a whole lot more damage than they're doing now.
Back when he was a control your health bar mage instead of a control mage.
Exactly.
There's the finale combo.
Speaking of controlling the health bar, there's Merc going down there. He's going to miss the return finale. Where's the auto attack?
Oh,
Is
does
the
it
Merc gonna
tick?
burn him out? No.
No.
The health potion saves Merc's life.
That's why you buy the health potions, people. Peridalton was not afraid to dive and take binding shots on there, so he is definitely crazy aggro. Oh, flourish
Oh,
right
there's
into
the
the
root.
captivate.
Okay, but the drains are all down, so no follow-up there.
No, Peridalton
Merc
does
will
have
have his-
multiple health potions, though, so he can trade a little bit better right now than Merc can. Merc surprisingly stuck around for that. He could have gone back and shopped. He did have about 800 Vim. Could have picked up a couple basic items at the very least. Oh, walks into that
Merc
captivate, though.
rooted again.
Peridalton going ham.
There's the burns going again, but doesn't want to keep
He's got to be
following it
careful
up.
here.
He
Yep.
doesn't-
One thing you got to remember is once you have that pride ticking on somebody, you cannot walk into binding range. It will aggro the binding.
Nope.
And that's why Peridalton ate that binding shot there. Now we're going to see Merc definitely go back here. He does not have any more potions to be able to heal with. So
maybe a power of his
Peridalton-
potions, maybe?
Yeah, now is a good time for Peridalton to shove this in and actually go back himself. He's level 10. He's going to have
Oh
that
my
advantage.
god, Merc.
Merc
you
goes
crazy
pride
boy.
and energy. Peridalton wants the binding damage, though.
I don't blame him. He wants to stop Merc from being able to go back again.
You gotta remember, he is 20 CS up, almost 2017 right now. It is the 10-minute mark, so he wants as much of an advantage as he can get. I still think he needs to go shopping, though. Maybe once he sees that pride come out, he will. Oh!
Oh, there's the pride. Burning up Peridalton, getting really low right now. The auto attacks follow up. Good flourish, captivate.
Yep.
He is allowed to go there.
Yep. Oh!
That is in the allowed area.
He tries to throw that over and see if he can catch him if he hid in the eggs, or hid in the
Eggs.
fish camp, but
Yep.
he did not. Smart move. And that minion wave gets lost to the binding. Binding down to 1,300 health out of 3,000, so Merc cannot go back again. This is going to come
Nope.
down to the fight. Peridalton coming
Great
back
combo
with the
from
balance.
Peridalton. I love it.
Pride and balance.
I love it. And it's just dealing damage, right?
Yeah.
So he's going
One
to
auto
auto
attack.
stack up that balance.
Yeah, one auto attack, it's going to tick off, and you've got a balance stack. So Merc going to do some work. I did not mean to say that, but
Yeah.
it works out. So do some work on the binding. Gets almost 600 damage down on it. Not enough to really scare Peridalton, but Peridalton does eat some early harass. And gets caught again back in this corner. Neither player having any wards out for vision right now.
Yeah, they are allowed to use wards. Really, they are.
Well, they have been, yeah. But I think they kind of stopped.
Merc playing
79 to
perfectly right now.
94 right now.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the CS.
So 15 advantage for Peridalton. There's 11.
There's a level 2 finale coming up right now.
He needs to use it now, but
Well, he's
not
going to wait
gonna
for
happen.
his flourish to
yeah,
come
it's
back
not going to
up.
happen. Merc's going to get this off that minion right
Yeah,
there.
he got it. Well, not to mention he got under his binding, so I don't think Peridalton's willing to dive a full health Merc right now. I mean, normally I wouldn't put that past Peridalton, but I don't think he's willing to do it right now.
Interesting. Peridalton actually not trying to trade there with him at all. Just kind of tries to get out. ends up getting the worst of that trade. Neither competitor has potions at this point, so Drain's going to be the only sustain that they have. Paradelton with the
a lot of
Wither.
damage.
Merc with the Bastion. So, all going to come down to timing of when they use those second spells.
I think Paradelta needs to bait out this Bastion before he goes off for all of it.
But that's going to be hard to do. I don't know that Merc would pop a Bastion for anything other than a Finale.
True. Yeah, he's definitely not going to pop it for a Drain because that only cuts the Bastion shield in half. So
Paradelton being smart. This is one thing you want to do is if you
he's
can,
going for the binding.
Yeah, if you can move in like that, go for the binding. Get at least one auto attack down. That's something you see a lot in competitive play. 107 to 92.
Moving in Paradelton's favor.
Well, it's still in the
think-
same. It's still at the same level. 110 to 92. So he's up to 18 now.
If Merc can get all of this, he'll be able to catch up a
Ooh,
lot of the
687,
CS.
650. Paradelton wants that binding win. He's going to go for it.
426, 353. He's going to
Nope,
cut
he
everything
eats
out
all
for
the
Merc.
attacks. He eats the binding attacks. He did not have the health there.
Merc knows where he is, and Paradelta doesn't have any health. There's the finale going down on the Merc just to disengage. The Bastion comes out. Here comes the flourish
That's it.
to activate, and that's it. Wow. Merc
Oh, that was
turning
just
around Paradelton's over-aggression.
Paradelton wanted to go ham. He wanted to get that binding down. He went too early. He thought that the binding was at the point where he could just trade all the damage in auto attacks, but that was not the case. The damage from an auto attacking King of Masks that hasn't built any power is minimal. So didn't work out for him there. I liked what he was going for, but he went one wave too early, in my opinion.
Yeah, it looks like chat just saw it too. Jumpsteel coming in like, oh my god, King of Masks match. Yeah, that's what that was.
So we will get
Oh,
the lobby
boy.
set up here.
Got it set up. I've invited you to the lobby. We'll just wait for our competitors to get here. And man, I liked how Paradelton played most of that match. I really do.
I think he had a solid
just-
advantage. And I think he just, you got a time when you're going to go ham, and it was just a little early. I think he was, he really wanted it. He definitely wants to move on into the finals. Yeah, and he's like, oh, he drained. Yeah, because when he went under the binding, he dropped that drain down. You can't attack the opponent at all when you're going to do a binding dive. You can't. You
Yeah,
got to go in and you
because
just
the
got to
drain
focus
does
on
it.
the binding because the drain's going to draw the aggro. So he took a couple hits from the
Yep.
binding and finished him off.
Yeah, Paradelton thought the drain wouldn't take aggro, apparently.
The winner of this tournament does not earn the title of Emperor. They just earn the title of Best Calm World.
Yeah, somehow I think Waystone might take an issue with it because they've already used Emperor of Masks. That
Well,
was the
not really. They put it in that video,
yeah.
but here's the funny thing about that video. It says, okay, it's supposed to be like 30 years or whatever after the Dawn Gate opened, and the comm is narrating, and it's titled the Emperor of Masks, but we don't know if that's real. I mean, the guy calls himself the King of Masks now, and he's not a king. It's just a name he gives
Exactly.
himself, so he just could potentially just
stage
have had
name.
he could have just had a bigger ego at 30 years into the future, and he'd be calling himself the Emperor now. But he could be a bum living on the street and homeless, like for all we know. Like that's the great thing about his kind of storyline and personality.
Well, given he's an actor, being a bum living on the street in a cardboard box wouldn't be too far for the truth for most of them. Either that, or he's just actually a waiter. He's just serving drinks at a restaurant.
Cue the extras.
Yeah, and Justice brings up a good point. He only has one mask.
He has different masks based off which skin he wears. Actually, if I zoom in here,
Yeah.
this is a completely different mask on the Master of the Cosmos King of Masks, as you can see. So Paradelton playing with that allowed map area.
Yeah. Oh God! And then we have Matsu Morania coming out with the mask is the actual shaper. It is the king. No, it's not like Flynn.
It is a king, yeah. No. It's not Flynn and Buttersworth, or Buttersworth and Mandrake are actually the shaper, and Flynn's just the tag along. I mean, even although we
Wow.
do see that that kind of is the case with Dibs as well. So this might be the running theme with Houtons is that
Yeah.
you know Dibs isn't the actual carry. Zips is the carry. Zips carries Dibs every
Exactly.
single match.
Yep.
Same with Buttersworth. So we'll see if they continue that. That's the racial ability of the Shapers there from the Houton clan is to always have
They
a
get
beetle.
carried.
Always getting carried by a beetle.
You know.
Whereas the Otrakeen get that bolt. They just all get bolt.
Yep.
I am
So
looking
what you're
forward to the
saying-
time. I am looking forward to when there are enough of the different kind of types. Like I want to see a 5 Otterkin team. Like, I want to
Oh
know.
my god.
I want to know how that works out. Like what's the
It's like, catch this.
yeah? Like what's the mage Otrakeen gonna be? Like all we've seen are physical damage ones. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, if you have a mage with Bolt, well, we kind of have a mage with Bolt right now. We're looking at him.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Although there's a surprising plot twist. King of Masks actually
Yeah,
an
Masks
Otrakeen.
actually is
It's
a-
all makeup. All makeup and theatrics.
That would be great.
Waystone Dandelion, please.
Behold!
Oh boy. All right. Looks like just wow. Both of these guys are really just content to farm it up, and Paradelton just doing his farming over there for the brush. But Merc's seeing everything going on here. Paradelton thinks he's being sneaky. You're not.
And you know, the mask is the actual king. It could be true. I mean, we have never actually seen the King of Masks talk. He may actually be mute, and the mask does all the talking for him.
Right.
The mask
Oh, we're
could
sitting-
be
oh.
the mask could be the madness vitality, and it does all the conversation.
That's true.
Yeah, we don't know. So many places you can go with his story. Yeah, Calm
we're sitting
confirmed
is like-
Otrakeen. This is why he's so short.
Yep.
Maybe he's 2 Houtons on top of one another. That could. I'm gonna call shenanigans on that because we see his legs. He's got actually pretty long legs. I mean, he is a
Right.
short guy, but longer legs than. I mean, Dibs would be a chubby little legs. He'd be wearing those baggy hammer pants. For those of you who know what those are. Oh,
So,
nice,
3
nice
Houtons?
flourish eggs. Yeah, one's each leg and one's the top. Skinny Houtons.
What do you mean, Shredder? Daniel the man?
Oh, with the head in his
with the
belly?
head
I
on
don't know.
belly.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember
God.
who that is.
That's way too long ago for me.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
I stopped messing around with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the 80s, so I don't remember anymore.
That just tells you how long they've been around, right?
Yeah. Well, that was when they came out, yeah.
Wow, this CS dead even. Looks like we have a Dawngate Farming Simulator going on for the first part of this game.
Yeah.
Behold!
I'm just curious to see how one of these guys is going to end up playing against Porkchop, honestly. Because, I mean, we're seeing two vastly different games right now. Like, the first game was, between these two, very aggressive. Lots of trading back and forth. Some crazy item purchases. And then this
We
one
may
is
see the
just-
same item purchases, for all we know.
Yeah, we might. Yeah.
Of light!
But then again, I think that's got to be these guys' strategy. Porkchop hasn't really bought an item yet this tournament, so maybe they can throw him off his game by making him go back and buy an item, right?
Yeah, it's all down. I think the biggest strategy is to not die before you buy,
Yeah, basically.
because we don't know. You know, at that point, maybe that's Porkchop's kryptonite. People buying items. We have no idea.
And Porkchop says, "I'm actually worried because I don't know what to buy if I have to."
Yeah, he has no experience with it. I mean, usually you play out the Swiss qualifiers, and you learn funky item builds. You try different things out. He never shopped. So he's doing all his research right now. He's like, Pride's not bad. Balance.
Convictions are okay. I like that Pride balance combo coming out of Paradelta. That might be something to look at.
Yeah, because I think his items did work there in that last match. I think it was just
For sure.
the going a little too ham that cost him the match. So. By potency, we have seen one. I wasn't a huge fan of it. It's not. It's great for poking, like the poking game, and I think it's incredibly strong right now in an actual Dawngate match. Somebody needs
Oh,
to pick that up on
Catsire.
their team, but outside of that, who knows? We've got
Oh,
Impulse guys.
Catsire. Impulse. God.
Hey, it's a free flourish, right?
Right. But it's 3,070 Vim. It's expensive. Well. Paradelta playing catch with the Archons, as he's wont to do in these matches.
Influence a better buy in this situation. I'm thinking Grace.
There you go.
Yeah.
Grace would be awesome. Fear? Yeah, because you got to get those double auto attacks going off, right?
I mean, if you want a defensive item, I hear Devotion's pretty solid.
There you go. Hey, and you see King of Maps buy Devotion in real games. It's legit, right?
Not so much here. Foresight for that long range harass.
You mean Insight?
Insight, yeah. Flask of Foresight isn't
Zeal?
going to help him out. He kind of knows where people are.
Yeah.
We
God.
did see,
Zeal?
you know,
Jesus.
talking crazy items. I mean, the best Varian World pulled out a Fate and actually won a match for someone.
Yeah. Yeah, but that wasn't really crazy, but, you know,
No, I
that
mean,
made sense.
but it's still it's definitely choosing. Like, you're telegraphing your intent there by saying, "Hi, I'm getting a Fate. That means I'm farming, and if you step anywhere near my minion wave, I'm going to tag the last one, and it's going to harass you." And that's exactly what happened.
Basically.
They pushed the person out of lane, and they won by CS.
That
Like,
was
okay.
Metamaker that did that. I remember that very, very well.
You know, you're not gonna see
Speaking of
that here.
CS, Paradelton up on the CS again, but then again, we've seen this story before. Last game.
Duress, yeah, Duress OP, right?
You know, I actually thought Merc was going to get a Duress instead of the Chaos.
Yeah, I did not. I did not think Duress was coming out. Duress is great to catch somebody out, to do lots of damage, like to let your team do lots of damage. As a solo item, like if you're not if you don't have like tons of burst potential. I mean, yes, Calm has tons of burst potential, but when your major item is a Duress, not so much.
So when is Viana World? Oh god, I don't think we're even going to do it.
Yeah. Certain shapers just aren't going to happen. I mean, we only do these once a month. That's 10 a year. I know the math sounds funky on that, but that's because in June and December we do the Best Shaper World Invitational, which brings back the champions and top competitors from previous Best Shaper Worlds. So we only do 10 shapers a year. There's currently 34?
Yeah, and there's more than 10 Shapers a year coming out, so...
Right. Yeah, I mean, when you get a shaper every 3 weeks, you're looking at 16, 17? 17 shapers a
Yeah,
year.
17 in a year, yeah.
I figure 16 on it, like, just to be safe, but, so we cannot do
Oh
them
yeah,
all.
because they're not going to
We'll
do anything in
the-
December.
We'll
so.
do the fun ones.
And in fact, sometimes we'll pull out the crazy ones just for the Invitational. We'll put some crazy rules on it.
Yeah, that allows us to do crazy stuff like Renzo on Renzo action. Fisticuffs!
Yep, power only.
You think that Viana is the most passive tournament ever. Let me tell you, Kendra on Kendra.
Kendra. Oh my god, that was awful.
Lots of jumps in on people, lots of farming, no kills, really, because of all the sustain.
Yeah. Yeah, if you told me Terother, the longest running game in the Invitational, is going to be an assassin,
Yeah.
I'd have told you were crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the Reyna on Reyna matches were more exciting. So,
Yeah, no kidding. But then again, we put a power rule on
yeah.
that. So
You could only buy power. So that's probably, if we were to do like a Best Viana World, we would probably do the same thing. The problem is that's just harder to enforce in this type of tournament style. It's easy on an Invitational where everyone that's coming in knows what's going on.
Right. I think it was funny during the Invitational when we did Desecrator with a power rule, and both players ended up buying life as the first item. We had to remake it.
Yeah. It's like, guys, they're like, sorry, it's Havoc. Hey, Renzo on
Yeah, the
Renzo
other-
action happens all the time. Renzo's just, he's
Yeah.
all about Renzo.
What was his quote? Like one of his flirts, like Renzo cannot accept your love. His heart belongs to Renzo.
Exactly.
There's have these guys gone back to buy yet? They're level 11.
No
Oh
shot.
my god.
They're both at like 3.5k Vim, Paradelton with an advantage, 3,700 to the 3,600. So
Looks like Merc's
even
going
after
back
all that
straight up
time,
as a chaos.
yeah, even after all that time, it's it's only like a wave lead now. A little more than
Yeah.
that for Paradelton. He needs to shop here.
Yeah, he does. If he sees this chaos, he's probably going to go, oh, crap, I got to get out of here.
Well, because the wave clear coming out of Merc is going to be intense.
Yeah, he just throws the eggs on the wave, and it's just like they all explode.
So double life here, and this is important. That's a lot of sustain.
Wow, Stasis coming out as the spell for Paradelton. Well, Merc gets Wither,
Oh,
and he
and he gets-
finds him and stops the back!
That's
Merc trying
overstay.
to go in with this chaos. Oh boy, there's the finale. The drain's going back and forth. Paradelton on the bad end of this. Finale goes down. Just try to get disengaged a little bit here.
I don't know
And
if
Merc
he's getting
may end up
out.
taking this. I don't think he is. There's the.
Oh, and he's
Yeah,
done!
got it! He got him!
Aloft.
The overstay again from Paradelton, taking him out.
Well, to be fair, the last time wasn't an overstay. It was just he dove a binding a little too hard, went a little too aggressive, wanted it a little too much. In this case, it was definitely an overstay. You do
Yeah.
not want to sit around when you know your opponent went back. You've got a CS lead. You know he was up 8. You just want to go back. You want to shop. You never want to be down like that. You know they're coming back a full item up on you. You never want to be down a full item in a 1v1. Like a full legendary
Particularly-
item. That's not.
Oh, that's just bad.
Yeah. So.
Okay, let me go up and get our competitors' preferences for the finals. And yeah, I'm going to agree with
update our
Oversitting.
brackets.
That was intense.
It was. Yeah. It was rough because once he stopped the back, like he went back in lane, and you never want to go back in lane. Once you know that the opponent is you got to know your time. You got to know that they're coming back. You never want to back in that brush. He had the ability to see him coming towards him. At that point, you need to get the hell away. He hoped that the back was going to finish before he could get there, but I mean, it's the King of Masks. You can get there really quick. All right, GLG Mercury, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by. So we are into the finals now. Quick matchups today. We did skip a couple of our first round matches on buys because the competitors did not show up. I wanted to blame it on the time change in the EU, but even an hour later they still weren't here. So a couple of people just not able to make it today apparently. But the finals we're going to go into, this is going to be Porkchop versus Merc. This is a best of 5. So they do have a little more leeway to do crazy. We did do Best Moya World. That was won by McScrag. That was a few months back.
Yep. In rather dominating fashion, too. It was not even close.
Well, it is
Now, the crazy
McScrag,
thing, though,
so.
well, the thing is Scrag did actually drop games during that.
Oh, yeah.
Porkchop has yet to drop one. So let's see if he can do that, or if but I bet you Merc's going to have something to say about that.
Yeah.
But here we go, finals. Best Coggin world? I don't know, man.
Best Coggins. Yeah. I don't know how exciting that is. That's kind of the problem. Like, even
Yeah.
with Dibs and Zeri, like, those were exciting. I think
Right.
some people might find that a little strange, but those are actually really exciting matchups.
Oh, Dibs was pretty cool too, just simply because just because of the Dream Wrap mechanics, just using them to try to perfectly dodge the damage coming out from, a Nightmare or a Ripple. Just the prediction that came out was just amazing.
And how you're able to use the Ripple. You can use it on yourself, you can use it on your opponent, you can use it on minions. There's a lot of ways to manipulate people's movement and ability to escape. It's a lot of fun.
All right, let's take a look at the loadouts here. Porkchop, is he running his standard loadout? Yeah, the 3.2 armor, the 8.6 magic resist, 3 defense pen, 61.4 health, and Warden. And what does Merc have here? Merc has a lot of harass being given up to a tactician. And so this is not what you want to do. Well, he gave Porkchop 20 of them. At least he didn't give him 40.
Yeah.
So that would have been a full health potion.
Porkchop about to go back and shop, and then he's like, wait, I can't because I don't have enough money.
And then Merc running the same loadout he did for the last matchup. 5 armor, 11.4 magic resist, 1.2 mastery, 63 health, and Warden. So we got like 2 health difference between these two guys. Actually, not even that. 1.6. Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot.
No. And Burke just said, you know what? I really don't want to trade with you right now. I really don't want to give you any more Tactician Vim right now, so I'm just going to stay at my binding.
Yep, he thought about going back, but he didn't take enough damage to make it worth it. So.
No, he just used his life regen to just get it all back. But this is one nice thing, that now we can actually see the Vim that both competitors have. We don't have to guess at which role is performing better. We just look how much money they got, and we know.
Most of the competitors stayed pretty close, even when they were using, the Tactician versus Glad, like we see here.
Oh, for sure.
So it was kind of surprising, you do make a lot of money off the harass. The only time that I thought that it was a little odd to have taken it that way was when someone took Tactician and then out CS'd the Gladiator. Like I was like, well, maybe I should have really thought that.
Not that. Yeah, maybe. Well, kind of like, but Porkchop does that all the time. He always took Tactician in this tournament, and he was almost always up in CS too. But I mean, I'm not going to question it because he hasn't dropped a game yet. So I mean, I have no right to criticize it. But still, it clearly works for him. It ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Catsire, Garwar and I had a conversation about making Predator work. I initially, when I proposed it being 2 kills instead of 1, but just because of Predator, but then it's like, do you ever come back from 1 kill down in Dawngate in 1v1?
Again, against a Predator? No.
No.
So there's no point.
We have seen Hunter before.
It'll be interesting. I know, I think everybody knows that there's the mythical progression patch coming in the future. There was a Predator rework in that. The version of Predator that I got to see, which I can't give major details on, I would say would have worked in a 1v1.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to end up with ultimately. They've probably done tons of changes to it by then. By now, I should say. So
probably.
Nothing I saw is probably even valid anymore. But
oh God, best Buttersworth world. I know you said best Flynn, but I had to correct it to name the actual shaper.
Again, some of those are kind of rough to pull off. Like, there's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of action in like a best Koggin world. Like you think, oh, Koggin's flashy because he's got a hook. Well, yeah, but he's just gonna. You're gonna hook that
Hook
person.
one
They're gonna
guy,
hook
yeah.
you. Like, it's down to the damage, not the displacement. Like, that's what you're getting
Right.
off the hook.
And Koggin does a surprising amount of damage, just not all at once.
No, it has to ramp up, and if you're ramping it up, so is your opponent. So, oh, a nice flourish through the eggs there. Catches him with the empowered eggs though. So, fair trade. Best Kel, we did Best Kel.
Yep.
Best Kel was a lot of fun. That actually is like you would think like Kel actually there's a lot of burst. I mean, you do get the ults, you do get the knockups. It is about who can actually chain the combos best.
Yeah, the Kel was actually pretty exciting because we also saw some interesting uses of the sheep toss to go over terrain, and that was fun.
Yep.
Not to mention we were on the TSG community games. Who was it that ran that power Kel? Oh my God, the damage!
Yeah, power Kel is real thing.
Yeah, I did that. Picked up a conquest, and it was just like he was up.
That's the assassin Kel for when you really want to go lamb.
See, I talked to Jimber about it, and he didn't like the go lamb. He preferred the go button. I don't know why. Maybe we'll have to get him in here at some point to explain why he didn't like go lamb, but go button
saying,
was okay.
holy shit, I'm so upset. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had it, man. I gotta say, I was rooting for you silently in the background. Just a couple small mistakes. That's all it comes down to.
So, Porkchop here is in unusual territory. We're getting into 6 minutes into the game.
Yeah, everybody's got full health. I mean, he may actually have to shop. Unlike that Zeri we had in one of our casted games last week that had over 11k Vim and still had the starting life. Just didn't bother to shop. Then came back with a dominance.
That would be Chocobo here in the chat pulled that off on the community games.
I love the auto attack Zeri. That was funny.
There you go. And actually, Pork Chop actually being down in health right now.
That
Well, he's
was,
up in experience
Straight
at least.
Loco. That's who that was.
Oh, that was Straight Loco that did that? Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's right, because Chocobo wouldn't pick Zeri. That's right, he hates randoming it every time.
Yeah.
What's this? Harmless.
Wow. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Like, we're getting to 7 minutes into the game and nobody's died, and there's Pork Chop in here, so I don't even know what to expect anymore.
Pretty even on the CS too. So
Yeah.
But overall, if you want to know how that works out, pretty much dead on in the Vim. Maybe 50 to 70 difference in the Vim between a Tactician and a Gladiator. With the harass that Pork Chop's been able to put out, he's made his money, kept it close. I think it's separated to about 100 now, so he's got to get a little more harass going on. But
The problem is he's eating a bunch of minion aggro to do it. There we go. There's the flourish up, but he doesn't fire anything.
Well, the Captivate caught the last minion that was alive, unfortunately. The minion didn't die as he flourished through. That's the thing now, when you can cast the Captivate as you're flourishing, it goes from wherever you kind of hit that button. So if you kind of do it a little late, or a little early, it can catch on a minion. The timing has to be kind of perfect. That's a fun little part about that.
Wow, these guys are just clearing the waves, and it's like this waves are staying at neutral the whole time. Pork Chop looks like he wants to go back.
Yeah.
Will Merc let him? Does not look like it. There will be no backs right now.
Pork Chop pulling a Paradelton there.
No, but he didn't actually die from it, so I guess it wasn't quite a Paradelton.
Yeah, Best Fiona World doesn't necessarily work at all because there's never going to be a kill that comes out of it. The wave clear is equal, and you're not really ever going to get binding pressure. Like, you would have to horribly misplay. So once you get it, which, you know, it might happen in the qualifiers, once you got into the finals, like the top 8, they were just nothing would go anywhere. So that's probably why we will never see a Best Fiona World.
Nope. We might run it in the Invitational, but
I don't even
we'd have
think we'll
some
do it
special
there,
rules in place.
honestly. I don't.
We
know
did
that
do it though.
Yeah, but it wasn't the greatest.
No, it definitely wasn't. Yeah, just his first one to hit level 20 wins. Now, you joke about that, but we did have a level 20 Best Moya World match.
Yep.
25 minutes. All right, let's see what the purchase is. Balance and Will is looking like it's going to come out. And a time. The time's big. I like the time.
Buying some potions.
The Will with the balance
didn't
is good.
max out the potions, though, which surprises me. That's key. And this is
Yeah,
just,
you got to drop all your money.
We're in the finals, and this is Pork Chop's inexperience with shopping.
Yeah. Yeah, in best shape in the world,
spend it all.
You spend all your money. You hold on to nothing.
Merc doing a bit of the Paradelton overstay here. He needs to go shop.
Yep. And let's see if Pork Chop's going to be able to catch him. Doesn't look like it, though.
Get some harass out on him, but I don't know. I don't know that
There's
if I were
level
Merc,
10
it
for
doesn't
Merc.
even matter. If I were Merc, I would not want to be in this situation. You're down 1 blue, 2 green items. That's a big disadvantage.
Yeah, it is. Particularly because he's just walking you down. He's got a minion to help him out, too. There's the Captivate. There's the egg. Has to
misses.
blank out of it.
Wow. So grabs Blink as his second spell just to get out of that. That would have killed him.
Yes, it
so
would.
Burns a 5-minute spell, which is an intense spell in a 1v1. I mean, we are into the 10-minute mark, so the CS is dead even, or else the CS rule could apply. The binding is going to take a good chunk of damage here.
And here comes the
back to
chaos again.
Yeah. He likes it. I mean, he's won when he's bought it.
Yeah. It's just the wave clear that comes from a chaos is ridiculous. But look how much of he's lost half his binding. He's not going back again. The chaos, he's going to have to make do with that for the rest of the match.
Yep. The only time he could go back is if he forces Pork Chop to go back, he could instantly go back.
True.
Pork Chop, though, up there on the binding, doing auto attacks. 1160 health. Best Michaela I'm looking forward to.
Oh, that would be fun, particularly with their new passive.
Yes,
That's
now
gonna be
that
a lot
she has
more
a new
explosive.
passive, it's so much nicer. It